Hi, I'm Erik the Travel Guy. Chances are you may not know anything about where we are today, but that's okay. We can fix that. Bemidji, Minnesota is next on Beyond Your Backyard.
Beyond Your Backyard is being brought to you in part by the following. With Phil, there's only one.
My name is Erik Hastings. Yeah, that's me. And for as long as I can remember, I've always loved to travel, and I still do today. But you know what I've learned? There's so much more that brings us together than divides us, which is why I've made it my mission to do the very same things you can do, but to take you beyond the experiences, to uncover the soul of every place we visit. Let me introduce you to the people, the places, and the secrets that remind us how exciting it is to share with one another, to understand one another, and to realize just how connected we really are. I am Erik the Travel Guy, and this is Beyond Your Backyard. We packed up the vacation fun bus and we headed up north, because I was seeking a different perspective. I wanted to get outdoors. I wanted to meet friendly locals, and that's exactly why we're here in Bemidji, Minnesota. Now, loosely translated, the word Bemidji actually means a lake with water flowing through it. More on that in just a couple of seconds. But you know what I've discovered so far? The locals here, they are friendly. They're gracious, and most of them do say, "You betcha." Yeah, more on that in a moment as well. So on today's episode, we will get outdoors. We will meander through the charming downtown and drop in on the local eateries. And we will get out on the water because we are on the hunt for northern pike. Oh, and wait till you meet Dick. Much like the rest of the town, this guy is simply awesome. Let's get started. Alrighty, this is the Midwest section of the United States, and right up here is the great state of Minnesota. Iowa is to the south, Canada to the north, and right here is Bemidji. It's located in Beltrami County, about 150 miles northwest of Duluth. Bemidji lies on the southwest side of Lake Bemidji, the northernmost lake feeding into the Mississippi River, and it's deemed the first city on the Mississippi. This is a folkloric, loving, fun, and family-oriented destination, filled with more than 400 lakes, Native American culture, a cool little downtown, and plenty of opportunities to get outdoors, which is exactly where we're starting, at Bemidji State Park with Pete Harrison. Is it true? Do we really have 10,000 lakes in this state? Is that?
I've heard more in the range of 15,000, actually.
It's really incredible.
It's growing every year.
What are we going to do while we're here?
A lot of the people are coming for camping. So we've got a big campground, some group camps, some camper cabins, boating, swimming. People come here to go fishing. We are the northern terminus of the Paul Bunyan State Trail.
Okay.
That travels 123 miles down to the Brainerd-Baxter area and Crow Wing State Park. They're biking, they're boating all the way down through Minnesota. And we have other people that are doing, I guess what I call kind of the bucket list thing, which is they're going from the headwaters of the Mississippi all the way down to the Delta in New Orleans. They're doing that by watercraft or bike or vehicle or however they can do it.
How big is this state park?
We're just under about 1,700 acres, and it was actually set aside to preserve some of the big pine trees, because around the turn of the 20th century, there was logging going on.
If you don't have a frame of reference, it's almost very difficult to describe what you'll feel when you're here in this park.
Sure.
There's something special. How do you describe that?
It's got the northern Minnesota feel to it, the feeling of getting up to the cabin, getting away from the grind of life, the traffic, the job, all the pressures that come along with just daily life.
Yeah.
And you get up to escape, come up to Lake Bemidji State Park to get away from all that and enjoy some fun outdoor time with the family.
Yeah. How about the gear we need? Where do we get a bike?
Well, we do have bike rentals here at the park.
You do?
But there's also a bike shop in town that'll do that for you.
Yeah.
About 11 miles of trail.
Really?
Yep, but then we also have the paved trail, which connects to the Paul Bunyan State Trail. That's what gets used the most. That's an immature bald eagle there. We have a bald eagle's nest in the park here. He fledged from that just a couple, 3 weeks ago. Well, bald eagles usually take about 5 years before they get the white plumage on their head. And that's the signal of an adult eagle.
Yeah, well, it's easy to see why you've been here 9 years and probably going to be another 9, right?
Exactly.
As long as you don't run out of peanut butter and jelly, you're going to be all right, right?
Exactly.
Good to meet you. Thank you, Pete. Now, if you're looking to hit the great outdoors and keep score, I have the perfect suggestion. This is Town & Country Golf Club. This 18-hole public course is just one of a handful in the region. As a matter of course, you could hunt or fish in natural settings, which are spectacular and incredibly close to, well, just about everywhere. And in addition to wild game, you'll also find gaming close by, if that's your thing. In just about every direction, it's easy to get drawn to the water, which is why I was excited to dust off my fishing pole. But before that, I made a stop at Watermark Art Center to take a brief look around with my new friend, Lori. I was told that we were going to come to Bemidji and spend a lot of time outside, which we are totally doing. But when you come inside, you know, Watermark is one of the places you absolutely have to go. It's a pretty unique place, wouldn't you say?
It is. We have 4 galleries. There are 2 that are of note. We have the Mikonan Gallery, which is our Native American gallery that features work by area artists from around the nation. And then we also have the Bemidji State University Gallery that showcases work from their 2 teaching collections. It's a ceramic and prints collection. And then the other 2 galleries show area artists as well as national shows too.
I have a question for you. What would you say to somebody that's never stepped foot in an art center before?
I would tell them to definitely come in and explore. A lot of times people think art isn't for them. It's something that's foreign to them, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think people don't realize that we're exposed to art all the time, whether you walk into an art center or not. You read books, you listen to music on the radio. Somebody wrote that music, somebody wrote that book, so that we're surrounded by art. What we wear, our eyeglasses, everything. So we all appreciate art. So they just need to come in. They don't need to understand it. They're worried about understanding it. They just have to come in and take a look at the work. And that's what the artist is creating it for, is to share with someone, to tell them a story, maybe it's their story, to react to something that's happening to them in their life. And they just want people to take a look at it. You may have a different response. You may look at something and think something completely different than I do.
Again, sounds cliche to say, you know, find something that speaks to you.
Yes, and it's really a personal and individual thing. And that's what I think is so exciting about art. It's like going to a concert. It's coming up to that piece of artwork and just listening to it in a way, looking at it, but just to respond to that work, and that's what the artist wants you to do. You don't ever have to speak to that artist, but they want to have a conversation with you about what they've created.
But then they could take a class.
Currently we have a kids art camp going on, and it's really fun working with the students. They come in for field trips, they'll come in for scheduled classes that we have, and they're not inhibited yet like we are as adults. And we like to take them into the gallery spaces and let them see the work, have a conversation about what they're looking at, and then we get to take them into the education room, and then they get to create. And in the next room is a Toulouse-Lautrec. So it's pretty exciting to be able to have that opportunity, and it helps show the students and the parents the importance of art.
And right here in Bemidji, Minnesota?
Yeah. There's a lot going on in the community. So it's sort of this urban-rural atmosphere at the same time.
Right.
And so you're in town, there's great restaurants, there's tons of culture, there's theater, there's the History Center, there's the Sculpture Walk, you can go to musical performances downtown or at the Symphony. So you have all those pieces, but then you can turn around and go right out onto the lake.
And within minutes.
Within minutes, yeah.
And what's the deal with the Performing Arts Center? What is the distinction?
For the Paul Bunyan Playhouse,
Yeah.
I think it is the longest running summer stock theater,
Yeah, in the country.
in the
So
country.
here in Bemidji.
In Bemidji, yeah. They've referred to this area where we're located as sort of an urban renaissance area for the downtown. And I think what I've seen is a lot of younger people staying, reinvesting in this community, making it their own. They like that small town America that you're talking about. They want to have their business here. And I think this kind of environment, and I think Bemidji is unique in that way that it's really welcoming for businesses, small businesses, and organizations like the Watermark, is to be able to flourish under that, to be able to make their mark, to open that restaurant or open that business
Right.
and flourish in that. The watermark it's free and open to the public. It's important for the community, the people that have supported this, to let everyone have access to it. We have artists who have come back to the area, retired here, and they're working on their craft. Yeah.
I'm still good with the stick figures.
Okay.
That's where we are. Now that hasn't changed in 25 years. I don't know. Maybe there's no hope for me in that respect.
I don't know. I hate to say no, but
I hate to say no, but probably, Eric. It's
Yeah.
okay. This museum was an unexpected delight, and to be supported by the community says a lot about Bemidji's locals. In my visit here, I found the residents to be genuinely friendly and, dare I say, proud of their corner of the universe. As my time with Lori came to a close, I headed back downtown to do a little shopping, but I was also on the hunt for a little macaroni and cheese and a notable sausage. Wow, that's very specific. But I was certain Julie Brandt, owner of Lucky Dog, could provide a solution. Can we make a hot dog together?
Absolutely.
I want to try this one that has, you put your own homemade macaroni and cheese right on the hot dog.
Yes, and you seem like a college-age guy. Wow. This dog is a college favorite.
Oh, this is going to work. What's it called?
The Maverick.
All right, so what do we do? Can we go back?
Okay, come on.
All right, we're going to go. Come on, let's go. Come with me.
We are going to start with our hot dog,
Okay.
which is a Nathan's. It's 100% all beef hot dog from New York City.
Yes, the best.
So you can grab one of the baskets up there.
Okay, I got this.
And all of our buns are from a local bakery. So we get fresh buns every day.
Okay, so that's, I mean, because that's one of the secrets, right?
It's one of the best choices that I made. I went to a local bakery and they provide us with fresh buns every day.
Because when you go to the store, you say, oh, we're going to have the cookout, we're going to have the grill going, we get the all beef hot dogs or whatever kind of hot dog, turkey hot dog, whatever. And then you buy the 99-cent bun.
Yeah.
What a travesty.
It is.
Go to the local bakery, get a great hot dog bun. What a great tip.
That is the key.
All right, what do I do next?
Let's get our mac and cheese going. So we take about half a cup or so. Take your local bun.
Look at this. Can you get a shot of these? I mean, look at these. Those.
I need you to take your hot dog out.
Can I just grab it?
Yep, grab
Oh
one
my
of those
gosh.
on the top.
It's hot.
We steam all the dogs, so they're
Look at-
all steamed. They're just beautiful.
They
isn't
are
it?
gorgeous. Look at this. Chris.
Okay, so
see,
now
I
you
would
can-
eat it just like this. I love a plain hot
plain
dog.
dog?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's the best. And you make the macaroni and
We
cheese.
do.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Scooping, I'm assuming.
yep,
here.
and we have generous portions.
Got it.
So don't be afraid to load it up.
Got it.
We want it slathered with.
How many Weight Watcher points is one of these things?
Are we even going to talk about
No,
Weight
no,
Watchers?
we're not. No, we're not. All right, is
All
this
right.
enough? Did I do it right?
Yep, that looks great.
Okay.
So now you take the breadcrumbs. We toasted them.
Breadcrumbs?
Yeah, we toast them in butter,
Yep.
a nice smattering. Yep,
Oh,
perfect.
look at
That's
that.
perfect.
Wow.
And then a little red hot sauce.
Oh yeah, I love Frank's.
Yep. Ta-da!
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Ta-da!
I have often found that the best things are the simple things. What do you think, Brad? You like it? Yeah, Brad says yes. All right, we're gonna eat this together?
Yep, come on.
All right, come on.
Should we sit outside?
Yes, let's
It's
sit
better.
outside.
It's a beautiful
outside.
day. All right, are you ready for a treat?
This is gonna be epic. I am so excited about this.
Oh, I'm excited that this is your first Maverick.
This is my first
It won't
Maverick.
be your last.
No, it will not be my last. What are we gonna Lady and the Tramp this together?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
come on, let's
Come on, let's hoist it up because it's a big one.
It is, my gosh. It's gonna be a carpal tunnel.
All
You ready,
right.
Brad? Got this? All right, here we go. Oh my Lord. Oh. I'm done. Here's my tip. I think I have cheese all over my mouth. You need to bring people to Lucky Dogs that you don't necessarily want to talk to. Because once you take a bite of this, the conversation would come to a screeching halt.
It'll be over.
It is fantastic. This may, in fact, be the best hot dog I've ever had in my life.
Well, I'm so glad that you got to Lucky Dogs.
I am a lucky dog. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can I have another bite? Do you mind?
Absolutely.
You want one? You should probably get your own. Lucky Dogs is one of many excellent culinary examples found in Bemidji. I also checked out locally owned favorites where the vibes were casual yet delicious. For instance, the olive soup at Tutto Bene was so velvety rich, I felt like I could take a swim in it. On this particular trip, and in between meals, I also met up with Dick Beardsley, an outdoor guide and local celebrity. Has anybody told you I don't know how to fish?
That's okay. I'm here to teach you.
All right, very good. Where are we, by the way?
We're on beautiful Lake Bemidji in Bemidji, Minnesota.
All right, we got that part. And what are we fishing for?
Well, we're going to go after some walleye and some northern pike.
Okay, well, I can't wait. Let's go. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right, now hold on. This is where it gets very exciting here. Now, this is a very famous spot.
It is.
Not just for the fishing.
No.
Because there's only one of these spots in the whole world.
Correct.
And I'm totally excited about it. Where are we?
We are at the northernmost point of the Mississippi River. So when the Mississippi River starts about 30-some miles south of here, out of Lake Itasca, it comes north. Then it comes to the Lake Bemidji, and then when it leaves Lake Bemidji, it's at its northernmost point, and then it starts taking that big right bend and start heading south all the way down to New Orleans.
Hold it. I didn't know it went north.
Yes. And when you get down here on the Mississippi River, you'll come to a small little dam. It's called Stump Lake, but it's still the Mississippi River, and the water goes underneath that, and then it keeps flowing down. It goes through Grand Rapids, Minnesota, St. Cloud, Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and eventually all the way down to New Orleans.
That's incredible.
It's amazing.
That's incredible.
These are called pencil reeds on each side of us here, and they're great areas for fish to come in there in the spring to spawn, and there's like lots of little minnows in there hiding around to keep away from the bigger fish, and they all have a purpose. I'm marking some fish right down here off the bottom.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am. See those?
Those are fish?
Yeah, those are fish right there. The walleye is a Minnesota state fish.
Right.
And they're kind of like the most coveted fish there is. They're very good eating.
Oh, got it.
And they can be tough to catch, especially this time of the year. Can be a little bit more of a challenge. There's so much food right now in the lakes, the small minnows and whatnot. In this lake, walleyes are a predator for the most part, but then there's another predator even bigger called the northern pike, and then there's another one even bigger called the muskie. And this lake's got some gigantic muskies in it. I'm talking like 4.5, close to 5 feet long.
Oh, come on.
I'm not making that up.
But people swim in this lake?
Oh yeah, they're not gonna hurt you. Like when I take people out, my goal, number 1 is safety, number 2 is having fun, and number 3 is catching fish.
Right. How big are the walleye out here? 16 feet?
30 inches, which that might not seem very big, but that's a big walleye.
That's a big walleye.
That'll run, 10, 11 pounds depending on the time of the year. But the Department of Natural Resources has never stocked a fish in this lake. It's just because of the Mississippi River running through here, there's a lot of gravel and rock, which is good for spawning. There's like 10 different year classes of walleyes in here. So some days you come out here, you'll catch an 8-inch walleye and a 28-inch walleye and everything in between, which is a really good, healthy sign of the fishery.
Yeah.
There's something, just being out here and, you see the eagles flying by, you see the loons, you see the ducks, the geese and whatnot. And for a lot of people, we get a lot of people up here from like the Chicago area, bigger cities, and they're just amazed at the beauty and the serenity, the quietness. It almost freaks them out because you don't hear cars, you don't hear planes.
Even if you're staying downtown or whatever, you could be out in the middle of nowhere.
Right, like that.
In 2 minutes.
Well, we've got, over 400 lakes within 25 miles of town. Within about 35 miles of Bemidji, we've got some of the biggest lakes, though, in Minnesota. So we've got, just to our south is Cass Lake, that's about 20,000 acres. Mm-hmm. To the southeast is Leech Lake, which is 112,000 acres. Oh my gosh. Just to the east, about 35 miles, is Lake Winnebagosh. That's 60,000 acres. And just to our north is Upper and Lower Red Lake. It's the largest inland lake in the United States other than the Great Lakes. Oh, it's a massive lake. But then we've got these little lakes that are 100, 200 acres tucked back in the woods. A lot of them are just chock full of fish.
But what I like about what you do, we go from, wow, that's something I really want to do, to actually doing it. Like, you make it easy for people who, like me, who have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
You say, no, you'll be just fine.
Yeah, and that's for me, I've been doing this now, like I said, since I was 12 years old, and seeing the excitement when somebody catches a fish, even a little one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, it's really neat. I'm going to retire the day when I don't have butterflies in my stomach when I'm driving to the lake, and that I don't get a joy out of seeing somebody catching a fish in my boat. But I tell you, when you all of a sudden you feel that one give you a little tick and you set the hook and there's something solid on the end and your rod's going like this, I'm telling you, it's, all right.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it is a northern pike. Oh, good. That's one of these toothy critters out here.
What is that?
Oh, that's a nice one.
Look at this guy.
All right. Good job, Brady. Woo!
Wow.
Yeah.
If he bites, will it hurt?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'll show you. You can see his teeth
Wow.
on the side there, and
Those hurt.
so.
Wow. Look at that guy.
Yep, that's a northern pike.
Can you eat this fish?
Oh, yeah, they're very good to eat. The only thing is they got an extra set of bones in them called the Y bones.
Yeah.
So you got to get those out.
Gotta
Otherwise,
watch
you're
it.
picking bones out of your teeth. But yeah,
Wow.
we're gonna put him back in. Watch how quick he swims away. They're quick.
Here he goes.
Bam, he's
Boom.
gone.
Somebody watching right now is like, oh, I want to go catch, the state fish of Minnesota.
Right.
When should they come out?
Yeah, well, the opening of the season starts in about mid-May.
Okay.
And usually that opening weekend, opening first couple of weeks is usually pretty good. The fish will be up in fairly shallow water up towards shore. And then the month of June is probably the best time in the summer for walleye fishing here in the area. Many people are really into the outdoors,
Yeah.
fishing, hunting, snowmobiling. And in the wintertime, you better be, because otherwise you're gonna be locked in your home for 5-6 months.
5-6
you
months.
know?
Yeah.
In the wintertime too, I do a little guiding once in a while. I take people on snowshoe trips out in the forest.
Yeah.
You can travel for hundreds of miles on groomed snowmobile trails all through the forest and across lakes. And the best time to do that is like in January, February. You get a full moon. You don't even need headlamps. You get a full moon and that moon shining out and reflecting off the snow.
Snow.
And then you'll hear the timber wolves out in the woods, howling and stuff.
Oh,
and
my
it's just,
God.
And all you hear is the swishing of your snowshoes. That's it. It's pretty amazing.
This part of the country deals with the weather and knows how to deal with the winter
Absolutely.
very well.
Yes.
They're very good at it.
Yeah.
So it's not like, the whole place doesn't shut down.
No,
like,
no.
They still go to school when it's 35
Absolutely.
below up
Yeah.
here. What a great trophy to come back and say, you'll never believe it. There was 40 inches of ice
Yeah.
on the lake. They're like, what? What did you do? And they show them the pictures.
I had some folks out from North Carolina a couple years ago. When we drove out to one of my fish houses with my truck, it's about 2 miles out driving on Lake Bemidji. And we caught a bunch of big jumbo perch and some walleyes. But the highlight of their trip was driving on the ice in a truck.
Yes.
It just kind of freaked them out.
Yep, that's right.
And when you're in a fish house, you'll hear the ice cracking.
Right.
And sometimes it cracks just from expansion with the heat of the day and whatnot. It's not like you're gonna fall through or anything like that, but
It's not difficult to get here.
No.
For heaven's sakes, get out here and you never know what could happen.
no, you never do, and you never know what you're gonna see. You'll see eagles, loons, you might see a moose,
Yeah.
deer, bear, timber wolves. We've got all kinds of great wildlife, and we're very blessed with just good quality water. People in Minnesota are very concerned about that. Sometimes we kind of take water for granted. We turn on our spigot, it comes out. But man, it's way more valuable than oil and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You got to take care of it.
Yeah, you got to take care of it. If you love the outdoors, you can't find much better place than Bemidji, that's for sure.
No. A little bit of time here, it became abundantly obvious to me that the residents here are living their best life up north. And you know what? So can you, with perhaps just one vacation to Bemidji, Minnesota. I'm Erik the Travel Guy. Thank you for exploring beyond your backyard. Oh, wow, that was terrible. Oh, my. Let's pretend that didn't happen. You guys keeping an Excel spreadsheet? Oh, feel a little squirrely. Hey, Brad, I think it's broken. I think it's broken. Oh, my. Oh, my. New audience. Oh, do I walk in front of your lights? Good for you. Baby, I was born ready. You may not be aware of what I'm saying. Why? Because I'm not aware of what I was just saying. Good thing I brought my Speedo. Nailed it! Nailed it! Oh, nailed it! Nailed it! Bemidji. For more information on this episode, visit erikthetravelguy.com. And while you're there, you'll discover other fascinating destinations just beyond your backyard and links to follow me on social media. That's erikthetravelguy.com.
Beyond Your Backyard is being brought to you in part by the following. With Phil, there's only one.
Hi, I'm Erik the Travel Guy. You know, I've been exploring the world professionally for more than a decade, and you know what I've learned? Is that fantastic experiences await you in every corner of the globe, but you don't always have to travel that far to uncover them. So join me each week as we go on and off the beaten path, learn something new, and sample delicious culinary. We're exploring beyond your backyard.